NIO stock was down over 6% last week. It's down 18% in the last month and down 4% in the last 3 months. So it does look as if now NIO has hit resistance and it's now in a short-term downtrend. So in this video, I'm going to conduct a price analysis for NIO stock, offer my thoughts and opinions on whether this is a stock you should buy, hold or sell right now. Let's take a look. I'd like to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/DavidB for the 5 best stocks to buy now. Use my special link to get $200 off their epic annual subscription. Now, if you find value in my analysis of NIO stock today or other stocks on my channel, you may also find value in my email newsletter. If you subscribe, I'll share with you professional trading tips to help you make more money trading stocks. Link down below, check it out. So ahead of the Q3 earnings, Guru Focus has an article here. It talks about NIO being up 37% year to date, helped by new models such as the L90 and ES8, and great deliveries in October. Now, Wall Street expects NIO to post a Q3 loss of around 23 cents a share, which is an improvement over the same time last year. And analysts are forecasting revenue near 3.12 billion versus 2.6 in the year ago quarter. So based on that, analysts are predicting a number of different targets. So average 683 with a high of $9 and a low of $3. So the average target implies a potential upside of 14% compared to where NIO is right now. But let's look at the chart to see what the sentiment is around NIO stock at the moment ahead of the imminent earnings. So on the weekly chart for NIO stock, we can see it's down 6% last week and it's down 18% on the month. And we have got 2 bearish bars in the last 2 weeks. Following that red outside bar. So it's clear now that this level of 771, which I've been talking about for months now, even over a year, it is a strong level of resistance. And NIO at the moment just hasn't got enough buyers committed to take NIO stock past this level. You can see it's tried on a number of occasions. Mid-September it tried, and then end of September into October. Just can't get through. There's resistance here, too much selling. It's now fallen away. It had some short-term support around 630. Buyers came back in, had another go. They couldn't get close to that level. They only got as high as 756 before the last 3 weeks have been bearish. And now, after this selling, we're now at around 560 on the close yesterday, with a low of around 540. Now, it's possible that NIO might find support where it is. You can see here on the weekly chart, I put in this aqua banner, this block across here, just indicating possible short-term support for NIO. Zooming out slightly, we can see NIO stock has found support here on a number of occasions. You can see the price action moving in and out of this band between sort of 515, 520. It did it here, hit that resistance under the trend line, fell away. And then once again, it hit resistance on the recent uptrend since the $3 low, found support at 445 before pushing up, breaking through it. So it's come back to that level now, and hopefully for NIO bulls, the price is going to stop there and reverse. But the risk at the moment overall is towards the downside. It's clear that based on the imminent earnings coming up, the sentiment towards NIO stock is negative. Perhaps some investors and traders believing that the report is going to be too negative and price may fall further, which has resulted in lots of selling in the past 14 days. However, we might see price reverse at this support level here, and it might move back up to challenge 770. We just don't know. We've got to wait for the report to see what the numbers say. Hopefully losses will improve, sales are good, and the bottom line overall is more healthy. On the monthly chart, we can look at the big picture for NIO stock. It has been in a long-term bear trend since the all-time high of $66 back in January 2021. So you can see it has fallen away long-term over the last 4 years. And there has been a number of counter trends which have given investors hope as the price has reversed from a number of key levels. So 1160 here in May 2022. It had a couple of bullish months up before hitting resistance there at $25 and then falling away once again. It fell eventually into around $7 here in June 2023. Couple of bullish months up to hit resistance here at $16. Once again, big sell-off for NIO stock until it found support around 360 here on 2 occasions. Big bullish month in September 2024. Hit that level of 770 resistance before it was sold off over the next 8 to 10 months. And it did reach $3 in April this year, a significant trough where it found support, buyers came back in, and this was the turning point for NIO in the last 6 months. And it's had a very bullish run since that $3 low, reaching this level of resistance at 770 during the month of September and October. However, it does look as if now, based on the technicals, this level is too strong. There is too much selling here, and November is looking bearish. It does look as if now NIO is going to fall during November for the month. We've got a week left, but it's looking as if it's going to be a red bar for November. Big question is the selling going to slow down? December going to see more buyers come back in? And are we going to see a reversal? And this will offer some short-term support. Back on the weekly chart, there obviously was a number of medium-term trades you could have taken with NIO stock if you are a position or swing trader. We can see here after the $3 low, NIO broke the confirmed downtrend line during this week in July. So based on my rules, when a stock breaks the trend line on the weekly and closes for 2 weeks in a row, that is a bullish indicator that the trend is changing, it is reversing. So based on the close there this week and that week, you could have taken an entry the following week at around about $5 and entered there, and then obviously traded the stock up to the target level of 771. So that would have been a decent trade. And you could have taken a Dow exit at the top here. So essentially, NIO stock was moving up. It was trending up, creating higher highs, higher lows. But conversely, for an exit signal, you can see here, it hit resistance here. It fell away to create this low here. And then it got bought back up, couldn't reach this peak here, and created that key lower high, the lower peak. And then the price level broke this low 2 weeks ago. This is your signal to exit, confirming the trend was changing and it was about to turn around. And that's what it's done. It has turned around, and now we were bearish last week as well. So there was a signal there on the close 2 weeks ago to exit right here. And then of course, based on my rules, the entry down here and then the exit here, you would have been looking at a decent 23-24% profit on that objective rules-based trade based on trend line theory and also Dow theory. Over on the daily chart for NIO stock, let's check out the sentiment towards the daily action of NIO stock. So we can see here the clear resistance around 771. It did go through for a couple of days and close the other side. Just couldn't hold it overall on the weekly time frame, showing this is a strong level. It fell away here, 630, showing some very short-term support. Had another go, couldn't reach that level. There's your lower peak compared to this one, suggesting the trend is changing. And then we've had probably 10 daily trading sessions in a row where it's been bearish, a flood of red bearish bars as NIO was sold off as earnings approached. However, there is a glimmer of hope. We can see here the level I've drawn of possible short-term support Last Friday, there was a reversal bar. So, could it turn around next week? It's possible, but overall it's looking bearish short term. Of course, with the imminent earnings report, we might see a further fall or we might see a reversal. We just don't know. You've got to wait for the chart to tell you what to do. So back on the weekly chart, we know it's been bearish based on the last 3 weeks. Will it stop here? Only next week will confirm that. The risk at the moment is towards the downside. We've had 3 bearish bars. We have to expect the next bar to also be red until the chart tells us otherwise, until we see a reversal candle and buyers coming back in. The risk now is that if it falls through this possible short-term support level of around 530, 520, the next possible level where it might stop is down here at 445, and that's corresponding to this level here where NIO broke out, it faced some selling pressure, and it found support here at 445. So NIO stock at the moment is at a key point. It's had a really good bullish run since that $3 low, really bullish run. But it's clear now this level is too strong. And if I zoom out, we can see that it is conforming to the longer term bear trend. We've seen it over the years. NIO breaks out only to find resistance and fall away again. So based on the long-term chart, it does indicate that the risk now is that NIO is going to do this. It's going to hit here, it's hit their resistance, and now potentially it's going to fall away. It might find support there short term, come back up, but it might break that level here, come back down to 450. That's if it conforms to the longer term bear trend. And we have to assume that's going to happen because price action does respect the longer term trend in shorter segments. But of course, if we get positive earnings, that could be a catalyst for NIO to break out. But the risk right now, based on the technicals, is towards the downside. We have to expect it to fall further until the chart tells us otherwise. So overall, NIO stock has had a really bullish run in the last 6 months. It has broken that trend line, but now it's hit resistance. It does look as if now it is turning around and it might fall further. So be careful with NIO stock. Earnings is imminent next week, which could provide a catalyst for a further breakout. But based on previous reporting and the bottom line, it is expected to fall further. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you bullish on NIO long term? Are you going to load up at these lower prices? Do you believe in the company long term? Or perhaps you've traded it recently and made a profit? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.